Hi Brollies, Marvin here from TechBroll.com, where we do unboxings, reviews, and sexy b-rolls. And today we're going to do an unboxing review of the Cougar Immersa Pro Prix gaming headset. This gaming headset features 50mm drivers, 9.7mm noise cancellation microphone, and 7.1 virtual surround sound. In this video, we'll discuss about its design, constructions, sound level, comfort level, microphone quality, and everything it has to offer. I'm also going to give this away to one of you guys, so stick around at the end of the video. With that being said, let's get into it. Alright guys, so right here we have the packaging for the Cougar Immersa Pro Prix gaming headset. And like I said earlier, it features 50mm drivers, 9.7mm noise cancellation microphone, and it also has a convenient inline control. So it is compatible with PC, laptop, PS4, and possibly any USB Type-A device. Unfortunately, it is not compatible with 3.5mm interface because, as you can tell, it is a USB device. So before we crack this open, let's take a look around the box. So right here we have a Cougar branding, and then on the other side we just have the Immersa Pro Prix model name. Flipping it all over at the back side, we have here the image preview of the product as well as some of its key features and specifications written in various languages. So let's see what comes in the package. So the packaging is actually a slide type design, as you can see here. Let me just pull it out. There you go. Alright, so it is in a plastic platform. Let me just remove the headphone from this platform so that we can take a look at the headset. Alright, so here's the Cougar Immersa Pro Prix. But before that, actually, we have a user manual right here. A small user manual, but you can actually uncover it like so. There you go. So we have nice illustrations with easy to understand instructions. So again, it is compatible PC, PS4, and laptop, of course. There you go. So we'll take a look at the software later, but for now, let's take a look at the Cougar Immersa Pro Prix gaming headset. Alright, so at first look and touch, it does have some weight to it, but it is not that heavy. And as you can tell, we have a couple of massive ear cups or earbuds here. There you go. So looking at the front side, we have two massive earbuds and we can see the profile of the headset. Flipping it on the left side right here, we have a Cougar logo. And it is actually brushed aluminum with this shiny finish. And I think this one is made out of metal with some textures at the side and has a plastic base beneath it or underneath it, and then we have a metal grill type design right here, and we also have a translucent lining around it, and I believe this one is illuminated basing from the box. We'll take a look at that once we plug this in. So yeah, this is the design of the ear cups on this side, and then flipping it on the other side, we have the same design, but we have here the retractable microphone, which is actually quite flexible, as you can see. So this one is the 9.7mm noise cancellation microphone, which we're going to test later. And then we also have the non-detachable cable right here that goes through the inline controls, which does have a physical microphone mute button as well as a volume knob right here on the sides. And right here we have the cable. It's not braided, but it is relatively durable, as I can feel right here. So right here we have the audio card for sound boost, which essentially means it is the sound card to power the 50mm drivers of this headset. And then we have a gold-plated USB Type-A plug right here. Alright, so like I said, we have some massive and soft earpads right here. And we also have some substantial padding inside so that your ears will not touch the drivers or the driver wall inside, which is pretty awesome. And like I said, it is pretty soft, as you can see here. There you go. It is also quite flexible, as you can tell. There's some sort of adjustment period to make it stay relatively comfortable in your ears and will also fit any size of ears, as you can see here. Now, in terms of the flexibility of the headband, here we go. Wow, it is actually quite flexible, as you can tell. And I can honestly feel that it can withstand the tension. There you go. But for sure, no one will actually flex this as far as this one. But yeah. So flipping it on this side, we have this orange headband. And I think it is made out of metal, of course, with some rubber rubber lining, rubber orange lining right here. And we also have this sort of connector for the headband with a legend for the orientation. So this is the left side and this is the right side. It is not adjustable, but that is to be expected for this kind of design because the adjustment is located here on the headband, suspension headband itself. Speaking of the headband, it does have some substantial cushion to it, as you can tell here. If I can show it to you properly, there you go. So it is actually, there you go. So it's actually quite soft. There you go. So I believe it should fit any head sizes, especially with the amount of flexibility you have with this design. Unfortunately, you cannot swivel it all over at the side so that you can place it flat on the table or around your neck, but that's okay. So yeah, in terms of the build construction, it is actually pretty decent. It does have some weight to it, but it's not that heavy, and the cushion are very soft. Alright, so with the unboxing and parts overview out of the way, let's talk about the sound quality, let's do some microphone test, and of course discuss about the softwares and other features of the Cougar Immersa Pro Prix gaming headset. But before that, actually, a quick word from our sponsor. This portion of the video is sponsored by VIP SCD Key. VIP SCD Key is an online web store that offers software keys and game keys in a very competitive price and without the hassle of going to a physical store. One of the most frequently used software keys is none other than the Windows 10 key, and you can get a legit one from VIP SCD Key for only $20 US. But since you're awesome, you can also use my code SKTBR to get an additional 18% off and get it for only $16 or around 800 pesos. You can purchase using your Visa, MasterCard, PayPal, and more. And as you can see, I actually purchased one for my build, and once completed, you can now activate your license by going to activation settings in Windows, click change product key, enter license, and click activate. And that's about it. Pretty straightforward, right? So check the link below and don't forget to use my code for an extra discount. Thanks to VIP SCD Key for sponsoring this part of the video. Now, back to our review. Alright guys, so before we talk about the sound quality, microphone quality, and software, let's talk about the comfort level real quick. So as you can tell, it is snugly fit around my ears and it was able to cover my relatively big ears without any issue. I don't feel the drivers or the driver wall inside thanks to the additional padding inside as well as the quite thick ear cups or earpads right here. So it is very comfortable, to be honest. In terms of the padding here up top, it does have some substantial cushion, and although the headset itself does have some weight to it, it is not that heavy, and the headband actually does support the weight of the headset pretty good, so that's okay. And I can honestly feel that I can wear this for hours without any problems, maybe except for the leather cushion, which of course could heat up at some point. But fortunately, the RGB lighting here doesn't really add additional heat, and you can even feel any heat at all even on the external, so that's actually a good thing. Other headset with RGB lighting does heat up the headset, but this one doesn't. So yeah, in terms of the overall comfort, I think it is pretty decent, and like I said, I can wear this for hours. But like I said earlier, you cannot twist the headset. You cannot twist the headset flat so that you can put it around your head or around your neck, but that's okay. In terms of the microphone right here, it is retractable, as you can tell, but I feel like it is not that retractable up to your mouth, so it is essentially just on your side. As you can see here, it does retract up to this point, but it goes back as you can tell. So yeah, but I feel like it is pretty suitable or pretty decent for what it's worth. So yeah, let's move on to the sound quality, microphone quality, and the software. Alright, so in terms of the sound quality, with a 50mm drivers partnered with the inline sound card, it is actually pretty good. It has a decent amount of low end and bass. The mids and highs are very well detailed, and it is pretty enjoyable to listen to this headset actually. And you do have a software or an equalizer inside the software so that you can tweak the sound signature depending on your preference. So essentially, since this is a USB interface, you can change the sound signature using the Cougar Immersa Pro gaming headset software, which we'll talk about in a minute. But overall, in terms of the sound quality, I am not an audiophile, but I can definitely feel like the sound quality of this headset is pretty decent, as well as the microphone, which we're going to test in a minute. So yeah, in terms of the sound quality, it is pretty good. I don't have any issues with it, and I can definitely recommend this if you're going to listen music with this, and of course for gaming. Though the surround sound system or the virtual surround sound system is not that good in my opinion. I feel like it does provide unnecessary reverb or unnecessary echo to the sound quality, and it messes up the balance of the overall audio spectrum. So in my opinion, I just turn off the surround sound and just choose the balance configuration inside the software for a more balanced listening experience. Now let's talk about the microphone quality. Well, you're actually already listening to the microphone quality of this headset. I'm using this since the start of the intro and all throughout the video except for the unboxing experience. I was using my lavalier microphone for that, but for the intro, outro, and pretty much everything here, I'm using the microphone of the Cougar Immersa Pro gaming headset, and I feel like it is also pretty decent, good enough for streaming, most certainly for streaming, and probably for voiceovers if you're not that sensitive to audio quality. You can pretty much use this for that application. Alright guys, so for gaming, like I said earlier, with the virtual surround sound feature turned on, there is additional echo or reverb that I feel like I'm actually playing inside the cathedral, which messes up with audio and audio positioning. So personally, I would recommend this to be turned off, but of course that will still depend on your personal preference. But for me, I'd like it to be turned off, and with the normal mode without the surround sound feature, it is actually pretty decent, especially with the 50mm drivers and a pretty decent microphone for in-game communication. Alright, so let's talk about the software. Alright, so right here we have the software for the Cougar Immersa Pro gaming headset. So when I first tried the software, I feel like it is kind of confusing, to be honest. I'm not sure where is the buttons or what are the things that you can actually click here. It is actually not very intuitive, but once you're able to figure it out, it is actually quite useful. So right here we have our game profile management. There you go. And we also have here the profile. So this is the current profile that we have. Settings, light control, and if you have any other Cougar peripherals, I think it will show up here. So let's start with the settings. So right here we have the equalizer that I mentioned earlier. So like I said, I prefer the balance equalizer right here, but of course you can also choose FPS, rack, bass, and other pre-configured preset right here. And you can also of course choose your own configuration right here. You can also configure the microphone here, as well as if you want to monitor your audio, you can also do here in this tab. Like I said, you also have the sheer surround sound feature right here, and like I said earlier, I prefer to have this turned off. So moving on, we have the lighting controls right here for the lighting configuration here around the translucent lining. So of course you can switch to steady, breathing, swift X5, swift X7. Of course, turn off the illumination if you think it's not necessary. So yeah, pretty much all the configuration is right here. You can choose of course the different colors as well as the speed of the animation, and that's pretty much it. You just have the equalizer as well as the lighting control, but at least you have that as an option. Alright guys, I think that's pretty much it for my review of the Cougar Immersa Pro Prix gaming headset. I feel like this is a good option for those people who are looking for a comfortable gaming headset for streaming, especially with a good microphone, comfortable thick padding, and of course good sound quality with 50mm drivers that you can configure further using the equalizer on the software, and of course you have RGB lighting if you're into that. So like I said, you can use this for hours, especially if you're going to stream for like 3 to 4 hours and more. This is a good option for you. Alright guys, so like I said earlier, I'm going to give this away to one of you guys, and all you have to do is like and share this video, of course subscribe to this channel, and comment down below one key feature of the Cougar Immersa Pro Prix with a hashtag ImmersaProPrix. So thank you very much for watching. Huge thanks to Cougar Philippines for sending this in. You can get this from the link below. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you like this, and see you next time. Have a great day guys. You're awesome.